Welcome to Align Trading, going over today's SPY recap and live analysis in the Discord before taking a look at what to be watching into tomorrow. So first thing that I explained in the pre-market brief for Discord members was to be watching for the 5 and 20 day moving averages, as we had a gap up right here, and I explained to be watching if we could form something like this below the 5-day and then ultimately retest the 20-day, which was down here. But instead, you can see how we started to form this support off of it and form this inverse head and shoulder right here that starts giving us this move back to this high from Friday. Now, as I explained here, you had to be watching for this yellow and blue controlled selling algorithm still, and you can see here in the morning how we start to break out of it right here. Now, once again, you see that same yellow and blue controlled selling algorithm right here, and we form this inverse head and shoulder for this move towards the end of the day. Now, with this move up, you can see how this purple algo is in control right here and gives us that continuation right here. Now, if you were looking to short this, right, you want to see us starting to break out of this green algorithm right there and starting to close this inverse cup back at that 5-day moving average, and then from there can look for that dump. But we did not see that, and you see, right, as I explained with the controlled selling. So now on the 1-minute chart here, going over the microstructure and algorithms, you can see in the morning the 5-day moving average was right at this level, and we initially saw some selling, but we could not get below it quite yet. Tried to form this head and shoulder right here to break down. However, it held after a couple of bounces, and this is actually where I took my only loss for the day and did not trade anything else. Tried to catch this early here for the move down, did not quite see it close below, so I guess a mistake on my part, but gave it a shot, tight stop, and just took the loss there. So all good, right? Took the loss and avoided this rally against me. And then from the rest of the morning, you can see how we're in this controlled selling, right? You see that same algorithm right here, this blue, and you see that inverse head and shoulder, right? We get this huge candle. So with this move up now, I explained that if you are trying to short this, you need to see something like this forming. We need to form a head and shoulder right here, ultimately inverse cut back to that 5-day moving average. Otherwise, pay attention to the blue and yellow algorithms as we are breaking out on the 30-minute chart as well. So this is what I was talking about, right? You see how we're breaking out of the blue and yellow right here. Now this is where we start to form this other controlled selling algorithm I talked about, and you can see it right here on the 1-minute chart with this blue controlled selling. So as I explained, with my early loss and not being involved in this move up right here, as well as surely not chasing anything within this range right here, just not what I'm looking for. Same thing with this. After taking that loss, I was waiting for something more to form right here, some more confirmation before getting back into the downside. Did not see it, and you see how we start forming this larger blue controlled selling right here that I talked about, along with this yellow. So you see how this starts to form right here. We form that inverse head and shoulder, and then from here we start to get this move up, still within this red algorithm right here. So if you're trying to short this on the way down, it never breaks. Same thing right here. You got to be looking for that if we were to close that inverse cup. Now with this here, as well as I was explaining earlier in the video, with this controlled selling algorithm right here, the yellow and the blue, you see how we form that inverse head and shoulder for that continuation within purple, and we do not close this inverse cup back to the 5-day moving average like I explained, to give you some sort of move down if you were looking to short this. So from here, right, you can see the blue and yellow controlled selling on the way up right here as we continue. You see this inverse head and shoulder, same thing right here, blue and yellow controlled selling, inverse head and shoulder, blue and yellow controlled selling once again, inverse head and shoulder, and you just see that continuation with the white and never breaking out of this pink algorithm right here, right? You can see when we do break out of it, inverse cup and handle, you see that head and shoulder right there. If you took this short, now we close this cup at this level right here, lack the handle to break out of that pink, and then from there, see that continuation in it. So now going over what to be watching into tomorrow, we're still looking to form this cup right here. And for this continuation above that level, you'll want to see the yellow and blue controlled selling right here for this continuation within that purple as well, if that does happen. Now, this may take some more time as we do have CPI on Thursday. So if there is a pullback from this level right here, be paying attention to this starting to form right here. If we do start heading back down, building more liquidity within that yellow and blue right here before maybe we form something like that and see the breakout above those levels. Now, if we are to head down from here, pay attention to the 5 and 20-day moving average. We would have to start forming right that head and shoulder right here, losing the 5-day and the 20. And then in that case, right, you could look for the breakdown of this white algorithm right here with something like this. But at this point right here, you have to be paying attention to this forming right here, as well as this inverse head and shoulder. And we are above these two moving averages right here, formed that support right here. So you have to be watching for that continuation. So now here on the daily chart, pay attention, right, as I'm explaining with the 5 and 20 moving average right here being close together. This is bullish if we do form this support right here, as we are forming support off of both of those moving averages. It also can help set up a larger downside move if we do lose both of those right here, but we have to lose them first, and then you can start to see this continuing to play out. But if we do start breaking above this level right here, pay attention for that and that continuation to upper Bollinger. Now, FOMC minutes is tomorrow, so pay attention to that at 2 p.m. But other than that, that is all I have for the video. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see members in the morning.